Okay, so we're gonna go over overwriting and overloading method. So let's write the following code in our main file. Sorry, it's supposed to be public static void. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna write a class down here, and we're gonna call this class uh first. Okay, and inside this class, we're gonna call a method called double. So we'll do double. Sorry, not called double. It's gonna be called times by. Its return type is double, and we're gonna pass in a double value, and pretty much when we call this method, we return the value times 100. Okay, and then here we're gonna have another class called second, and this second class extends the first class. Okay, but the thing is, we're gonna overwrite this method, so we're gonna recall everything. So double time by, it should be times by, but I'm not gonna change it, and double val. But for this one, we return val times 200. Okay, now back to our main method. So let's call our second class. So we do second, let's do sec equals new second. Okay, and let's do system dot out dot print line, and we're going to call sec, and we're going to call our time by method. So we do time by, and we're going to pass in 1. All right, so now let me tell you this, which one is which one's going to be called, this one or this one? Well, the answer is going to be, it's going to be this one that's going to be called, because this is overwriting this method. If we were to, let's say, just remove this method, then it would have been this one that's being called, because recall we're extending to our first class object. So all of this content is stored, that kind of technically stored inside our second class. But if we were to include this, it overwrites this one. Okay. So, and if we do another one, system dot out dot print line sec dot time by 1.0, this will still call this one. Okay. However, if we were to instead do final double times by, then you would get an error, because this is overwriting this, and you can't overwrite an object or variable that has final in front of it. Okay, so pretty much a code like this will result in an error because of this final. Finals cannot that objects, methods, or variables that have final in front of them, they can't be overwritten. Now, let's say I were to make a small change. Instead of writing this, I write int value. What's going to happen when I run this? Will this just print out 200? And will this just print out 200? The answer is no, because in this case we have an overwritten, overloading method case. So pretty much this is gonna go into the code here, and it's gonna say there's another option for it to choose. You can choose the one with the int value, or choose the one with the double value. Since 1 is an integer, it's going to choose the int value 1, so it's going to return in 100. And then when we call this one 1.0, it's going to see it as the same choice, choose this one or this one. And it's going to obviously choose the double value because it's a double value. So this is going to print out 200.0. Okay, so that's pretty much how overloading works. So we went over how overwriting methods work and now how overloading methods work.